without the soft issues. The soft issues were, one, start rebranding the company in the minds of our stakeholders. We wanted to move from being a company that was known as adulteration or contamination to a very credible company that Ghanaians could trust. We also wanted to build a great corporate culture where performance is what is rewarded, not mediocrity. These two soft issues meant that we had to put in place a very big change management program in the organization. And I am happy to say that if my management team hadn't bought into it, if the board hadn't bought into this program, it would never have worked. But it has worked perfectly well. And you will see the results later on. Now, next slide. For any strategy, it is normally powered by a lot of initiatives. And so we also identified some critical initiatives that we needed to back into it being alive and earning good returns for the people of Ghana and for the taxpayers as well. So if you look on the screen, you can see on the growth side, we had human capital. So we needed to grow our people. Because growth is not only growth in infrastructure, there's growth in human resource as well, the knowledge in your people's head, etc. We also needed to bring in the 12-inch pipeline. We needed to start a project to put a pipeline from Accra to Kumasi. We needed to go into new liquid gas, LPG business, and then also have some strategic partners for our trading business. On the operational excellence, I said already we needed to bring the pipelines back up, the marine facilities, the depot upgrade. Our biggest project currently is the depot upgrade because our depots were built centuries ago, decades ago, centuries, 100 years, yes, decades ago. So we have to automate the depots, etc., and then do some other works as well. You can see from this particular slide that a lot of those have been completed. There are others ongoing, and there are others earmarked for 2025 as well. So yes, that was done. Next slide. But additionally, you cannot have a strategy that you don't measure. So together with the team, once we put in the strategy, we said, what will success look like? Next, yeah. What will success look like? And we decided to focus on 4 key areas for success. And we called it the acronym STAR 9673. The 9 was to ensure that at least 90% of our customers were satisfied with the services we were giving. The 60 minutes, the 60 minutes, as of 2019, it took us 4 hours to turn around a truck that went into our experience. We wanted to reduce that 4 hours to 60 minutes. And so that's where the 6 comes in. And then, as at that time, our asset optimization was very, very low, less than 15%. We wanted to increase it to 70%. And then we wanted to increase our revenues to at least 3 billion in 4 years. So you can see it's BOSS 2020. To 2024, and that is the pillar on which everything was based on. So if you were to get, I told you that we had to change our culture into a performance culture, and so if we were to reward our employees or our staff or management, it was based on these 4 KPIs, and if they are not achieved, nobody gets a bonus. If they are achieved, everybody gets a bonus who deserves it. Everybody who deserves it gets a bonus. So this is how we decided to measure our strategy. So next slide. We go to our operational performance. What have we done so far? Yes. You remember I talked about the 460 million cedis local debt. God being so good, it has been paid off 100%. That debt is cleared. The trade liabilities of 624 million US dollars, God being so good, 100% of that is cleared. 100% is cleared. And then the 37 million BDCs claims. We set up a committee. When I came in 2019, my predecessor, may his soul rest in peace, George Oakley, had set up a committee to look into these claims again. When I joined, I invited Yoko and National Security to be part of that committee. And when they did the forensic audit together with the internal team, the people who said we owe them 37 million US dollars, the same people eventually signed that it was no more 37 million US dollars, but it is 9 million US dollars. We saved this country a whopping 28 million US dollars, which had already, the 37 million dollars had been approved for BOSS to pay. We're able to bring it down to $9 million. And I'm happy to say that we have paid 100% of the $9 million to the people we owed. On audited account 3, and we are very current with our audited accounts. For those of you who want to see our audited accounts, you can find them on our website. All our audited accounts are published on the website, and we believe that we have nothing to hide, so you can go and check. Especially with the Right to Information Act, anybody at all can come and request for it. So why don't you rather put it on the website so whoever needs it can go there and use it for the information or whatever purpose they want to use it for. Our 47 million taxes we owe GRA, we've cleared, and we are on track. We've held 3 AGMs for which we report our performance to the people of Ghana. It's normally carried live. Our depot upgrade has commenced. 100% of our pipelines are now in operation. But I'll have a story on these pipelines. You know, for our pipelines, when you pass water through the pipeline, normally 100% of the water comes out at the other end. But unfortunately, when you pass oil through the pipeline, I think there are some dwarfs on the pipeline, and I think they like drinking the oil. Because when you pass oil through those pipelines, you never get 100% of the oil on the other side. And so what we decided to do when the pipeline was repaired was that we decided that we're not going to use the pipelines. It took us a year to put in place one of the products of digitalization. It's called an intrusion and leak detection system. And once you put that on the pipeline, any element that comes close to the pipeline, an alarm is sounded, and then the national security is dispatched to their site. And or when there is a leakage on the pipeline, the exact location can be pinpointed, and then we can send the maintenance team there to repair. So for the Tema-to-Akosombo pipeline, yes, we've put in place the intrusion and leak detection system, and I'm happy to tell you that some of those dwarfs have been arrested because they are still attempting to try and infiltrate and drink the fuel. I think it makes them fat. So we are happy to let you know that. So next slide. So I have some videos So this is, you can see the marine asset, you can see the old one and the new one when it was repaired, and we are still using those assets. So this is our marine, our tugboat pushing the barges on the Volta Lake all the way from Akosombo to Bupe. So I wanted to show you how we transport the fuel live. So this is your company called Bost. And if we do a lot of this, it takes a lot of risks off the road network. Our road maintenance fee comes down, and we use the waterways instead of the roads, which poses a very high risk. Okay, next. On the intrusion and leak detection system, that is it. It's also a video. You can play it, but then it's monitored regularly. So these guys monitor on the screen, and they are able to tell exactly which location. If there's an alarm out there, we send the police and the security agencies there. Next, the next video shows when the police arrested some people. You see the 4 gallons. There was a whole truck full of 4 gallons, and the guys were working round the clock to try and puncture the pipeline and then extract some fuel from the pipeline. We got the alarm from the monitoring station at midnight. We sent the national security and the police there, and the guys were arrested. And so this is a constant battle we are having to battle to protect the pipelines, and sometimes they can be very expensive, because when you move national security, you need to move them with logistics. They need fuel. So far. Next, yes. So this is a snapshot of your infrastructure that we've repaired. We can see the tanks at Bupe and Bolga, the 6-inch pipeline. We've started export to Mali as well using the Bolga depot. We started a feed for the LPG tanks. When the pipelines came to Ghana, we're going to inspect it at the port. That's there. The barges I've talked about. We've brought in new equipment. Next. On the soft side, we've implemented 35 new policies and procedures that govern our life, and we are happy to let you know that a lot of what we have chalked is as a result of these policies and procedures, which is the software for every organization. We have increased our revenue earning assets from 18% to 98% as we speak, and we are happy about it. We've also set up a business risk and compliance unit, an entity, a very volatile entity like Bost that deals with a volatile product should definitely have a risk and compliance unit to ensure that whatever we have to do is done. We have trained our people on a lot of soft issues, because we are running a performance management system. It has to be extremely fair, and it takes time to get it fair, but our bonuses and everything is tied to our performance. So training people on how to have difficult conversations, how to appraise their people are so important as well. The next slide shows the depot upgrade, which is currently ongoing. So you can see there, once this project, that will be done by November 2024. Once it's complete, our efficiency would increase by 250%. And we are so happy, and I want to take this opportunity to tell our esteemed customers that 5 times. They will spend less than 45 minutes when they come into our experience. So then we would have reduced from 4 hours to 45 minutes, and they will get the best of services when they come to Bost. And we are extremely happy about that. So this project is currently ongoing, and hopefully we'll commission it by the end of November. Next slide. On corporate governance, From a company that had such bad brand at a certain point in time to a company that today is the most compliant state-owned entity in the public enterprise league table, I think deserves a huge round of applause. Achievement we have chalked within 5 years. Next slide. We have embedded performance culture, and this is our a screenshot of my page. I'm also appraised, so this is my performance appraisal page, and you can see clearly that whatever work we are doing now is going into a system, and that is where the bonuses and everything is paid. We are paid through the system, so if your performance doesn't show or you don't perform, you don't enjoy the extra benefits the company gives in terms of bonus. We have abolished the 13-month salary, and we pay strictly based on performance. So no contribution, no chop. Yes. And next slide. So after looking at all the operations, one will say, so and so what? Because you are a company set up to make money. So on the money side, what does it look like? And so the next slide shows how we have progressed from 2016 to 2023. If you look at the top line, you can see clearly that in 2016, about 2.9 billion cedis came in as revenue. It has progressed gradually. Our lowest revenue was in 2018, and it was as a result of no bank wanting to do business with us, the brand we carried. You know, when you owe your suppliers, you owe banks, and you are not paying, nobody's going to do business with you. So in 2018 was our worst year. However, we started climbing from 2018, and we are happy to let you know that by 2023, we're making 10 billion cedis. And I think it deserves a round of applause for the team here. You know, motivation is food for the soul. So when they do a good job, please applaud them. When they do a bad job too, you know how to deal with them. Thank you. If you looked at our profits, before I go to profits, I want to talk about administrative expense. If you look at administrative expenses, as of 2016, it was 538 million cedis. I'm sure you can see that clearly. Our administrative expense was 538 million cedis as in 2016. In Ghana, over time, we all know that over time, cost gradually moves up. So under normal circumstances, by 2023, the inflation and the forex effect on the 538 should have taken it to almost 1 billion or 2 billion cedis. But if you look at the trend, as at 2020, the administrative expense is 209 million Ghana cedis. It's lower than half of what was spent in 2016. In 2021, it's 228 million Ghana cedis. It's still way lower than half of what was spent in 2016. In 2022, it's 342 million Ghana cedis, administrative expense. It's still lower than 538 million cedis. In 2023, so after 7 years, the administrative expense has not even matched up to what was spent in 2016. And that is what we term prudence and operational efficiency. And so because of that, if you come to the profit after tax, you can see clearly that for the past 3 years, we've gotten out of our loss-making curse, and we are now making some decent profits for the people of Ghana. Nothing has really changed. What has changed is the fact that we have become operationally efficient, and as a team, we've all committed to ensure that we drive value for the people of Ghana. Next slide. So it's clear there pictorially. So for our highest profit was in 2022, where we made 342 million Ghana cedis. The previous year we made 161 million Ghana cedis, and the next year we made 208 million Ghana cedis profit. And so I can tell you for a fact that going forward, your company called Bost should not be making losses. We should be a profit-making entity contributing to the fiscal policy of this country, because we are 100% owned by government. Every profit we make is money the government would not go out to the market to borrow domestically. And so that can help support the fiscal regime of this country and lower the burden on the people of Ghana, because if government goes to borrow more, they have to tax the people to pay. But if a lot of state-owned entities are contributing a lot of profit to the government kitty, the pressure on our people will come down, and that is what is driving our performance. Consolidation. So our strategy execution philosophy has also been automated. So we have a system now that monitors our strategy, and we've adopted this particular system to ensure that the company has memory. Because whatever we're doing in this company in terms of performance is both in the performance management system and in the strategy management system, so that when posterity comes and they want to find out how did we execute the strategy, all the documents, the evidence, everything we've done is documented in this particular system. And this is a snapshot of the system. And I want to say a very big thank you to my management team, especially my GM for corporate strategy, Mr. Atto Wilson. I think you should rise and get the applause. He's the one who has set this system up for us to be using this system efficiently. Next slide. So as of today, you remember I said that we said if you have a strategy that you can't measure, then you don't have a strategy. So we decided to measure our strategy, and as of today, this is the performance. We targeted a 3 billion revenue by 2024. As of today, it's 10.6 billion. That's amazing performance. We targeted 70% asset optimization. As of today, it is 71%. We wanted to do 60 minutes turnaround time. We are currently at 98 minutes. By end of November, we'll be doing 45 minutes, and we'll beat it as well. We wanted 90% customer satisfaction. Unfortunately, we're doing only 64%. And so we are measuring everything we're doing, and hopefully by end of this year, 3 of these elements will be green, and we'll know that the time has come to refresh our strategy for the next few years. So next slide shows, no, go back please, back, no, yes. So this slide shows what the value we've brought to the people of Ghana. Over the past 4 years, our 4-year strategy, we have generated over 22.7 billion Ghana cedis for the people of Ghana at a profit of 881 million Ghana cedis for the people of Ghana. And that is amazing. I think my team deserves another huge round of applause. And this has culminated in so many recognitions, both internationally and then outside, domestically. What you see there is our strategy, and in every element of our strategy, we have excelled in what we said we are going to do, and we are very happy about this, extremely happy. The next slide shows some of the things. Once my people do the hard work, then I go and collect the awards. So we are happy that they've done all the hard work, but I'm the only one who goes to collect the award. So that is also to show the performance, what we have achieved for this company. And we think it is possible for it to be done across all the other institutions. Way forward. Next slide. Our way forward is that I'm sure all of us know about the climate change and energy transition and the ongoing story about the weather changing, the floods happening, etc. And the transition will happen, whether we like it or not. The transition to cleaner fuels will definitely happen. And so the question is, do we need to start preparing now, or do we wait for when it happens? When my management team and I, together with the board, had a session, the decision was that we have to start preparing now. Because oil is just one of the energy sources. It's just only one of the energy sources. And so the question is that when the time comes and the oil is not attractive anymore, will we still have a business? The answer was a big no. We won't. So then we decided a year ago